The Dallas Cowboys have taken Donovan Ezeiruaku in round 2 at pick 44, the edge rusher out of Boston College. Once you factor out the injury concern for Will Johnson, the character stuff for Mike Green, of the clean, quote-unquote, players, Donovan Ezeiruaku was the highest graded player left on my board. I had a second-round grade on Ezeiruaku, 28th overall. I thought he was going to go in round 1. He falls to 44. I think the Cowboys just got a fantastic football player who is going to make a dynamite pairing long-term as a pass rusher opposite Micah Parsons. They're not the biggest guys. We'll break down the pros and cons. I see Harold Landry in the positive way with Ezeiruaku here. He's got great length. He's athletic as all get out. This was a fantastic pick by the Dallas Cowboys. I love what he brings. He's young. He's athletic. He is extremely productive. 80 tackles, 21 TFLs, 16 and a half sacks. Guy makes plays. He's good. 60 pressures this year for Boston College. For me, again, this is just my board. It's been a long time since the Cowboys basically drafted off of my board. He was my number 6 edge. 5 of them, if you ignore Mike Green, had already gone. I think taking Ezeiruaku in round 2 is the Cowboys simply sticking to their board and saying, we're going to take the best available player. And I think they did that with Ezeiruaku. I don't think the Will Johnson medical stuff came back very good. The Mike Green character stuff did not come back very good. You want a bendy, athletic, productive pass rusher to pair with Micah Parsons long term? You just got one. You got one in Ezeiruaku. I know for a fact I am not the highest person on Ezeiruaku. My boy Nick Harris had him I think 16th on his board. I am a big fan of this pick. I am a very big fan of this selection. But I want you guys to grade it for me. A, B, C, D, or F. Grade the pick of Donovan Ezeiruaku in round 2. It is the pinned comment, by the way, on today's show. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. A, B, C, D, or F. I want to remind everybody right now, I do all my draft grades, all this stuff. To the sometimes frustration of my wife, I do all this before. So my grades are set. The board is set. I don't change it just because, the Cowboys picked him, I'm mad or I'm happy. I keep it as is. I was very impressed. Rather, the guy wasn't on my radar in 2023. He was good in 2022. I was so impressed by what Ezeiruaku has. In general, my preference when it comes to pass rushers, I want guys that are athletic. I want guys that can bend. I want the speed rushers, the athletic rushers, not the power guys. You need power, and Ezeiruaku has power, to be clear. I want players who can make plays happen. I want the guys, I can teach power. Power is easier to find. I want guys who are athletic, who are bendy, who are productive. Ezeiruaku is that guy. At one point, he's 6'2 and a half, 248, 34-inch arms. That's textbook for Dallas. They love that stuff. Boston College gave him 3 technique reps in 2022. I don't know why they did that. I thought that was stupid as all get out. The athletic comps are Cowboys legend Takk McKinley, Derek Hall, but also Harold Landry, who has had a pretty good productive career in the NFL. We'll talk in-depth positives, in-depth negatives here as well, because there are positives and negatives, but I think the Cowboys got great value. And if they're going to be true to their board, they did that with Ezeiruaku. They need help at running back, receiver, at corner. They might just sign Stephon Gilmore now. We'll see. But I think take the best player, which was for me, Ezeiruaku. I think on the consensus board was Ezeiruaku of the clean players. When the Cowboys, me, and the consensus board kind of all agree, those picks almost always work out for the Cowboys. Historically speaking, it almost always works out. Today's show is made possible by Game Time. Game Time makes getting tickets even faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in pricing, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. For MLB tickets, if you're not in the Dallas area, you can go buy NBA tickets. F.U. Nico, I suppose. Get up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. The Game Time Picks feature makes getting those last minute tickets easier than ever by quickly highlighting the best deals in the stadium. Or concert, arena, 'cause it's not just sports, it's concerts, comedy, theater, everything else in between. Take that guesswork out of buying tickets with the Game Time app. Create your account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. But again, create your account, redeem code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app, create your account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. I am positive with this pick. I like it. Let's start positive. Then we'll mention the negatives. I think it's important. I actually should know what the weaknesses are of a player because I don't want to be like, he's great at everything, and it's like, okay, why'd he fail? Well, here you go. It is tough to find actually bendy edge rushers. There's one play that sticks in my mind. There's a photo of it too of like Von Miller is like this going around the corner. He's so low to the ground, and he gets under the tackle and he makes the play. Ezeiruaku has bend. Bend you cannot teach. Bend is, I think it's a natural trait. You have it or you don't have it. He was the NCAA leader in sacks this year. Again, 80 tackles, 21 TFLs, 16 and a half sacks. If you want to just feel good about Ezeiruaku, go find the Pitt game. 4.5 TFLs, 3.5 sacks, 14 pressures. A quarter of his pass rush snaps resulted in a pressure. It's ridiculous. He was much better this year as a tackler and a finisher. His pressure rate didn't jump up that much. It was only a 2.5% growth. His sacks went from 2 to 16.5. He's got bend. You wouldn't expect a 6'2.5" edge rusher to have 34-inch arms. You would expect it. He's got that. A lot of times, these pass rushers, you don't see a plan. Like, they go, I'm going to run at you or around you. There's no, process of, how you bend and dip and arm over and swim and spin. I think there's actually a pass rush plan with Ezeiruaku. The athletic testing, elite. Great athlete. You're looking at a 9.41 edge among the relative athletic scores. No 40, which I'm not that worried about. 4.91 shuttle was great. 6.94 3-cone. Under 7 is good for any position, especially edge. 35.5 inch vert, 9.11 broad. He's a great athlete, and he gets results. In general, if you're a good athlete and you produce, you normally end up being a good football player. Crazy, right? Just draft good players. That's what I've always said, right? We will have round 3 coverage, day 3 coverage as well, right here on the Cowboys Report. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV. Don't miss out. We will have all the other picks here, and if they make a trade, on the Cowboys Report. I do want to mention negatives, because he wasn't a first-round grade for me. Simplest of which is he's not very big. He's 6'2.5", 248. He was actually at Boston College. He was very good against the run. He held that edge pretty well. I do think against NFL teams, NFL offensive tackles, that's more of a concern. I don't think he has elite level power. I don't think he's not going to be he's not Myles Garrett, right? He's closer on the Parsons spectrum. I don't think he's ever going to be an elite level DeMarcus Lawrence edge setter. That's the trade-off you have when you have the production as a pass rusher, though. The length helps. It's the whatchamacallit, the Three Stooges. He's got the arm out and you're just holding the guy's head against you. It's that. Length helps you a lot. but he's also 248. He's never going to be I don't think, an elite run stopper. But I don't think he's a liability either. At times, I wish he was better at converting speed to power, which is like, think about it like the bull rush, right? It's a lot easier with a full head of steam to run over somebody than standing still. But some guys, they stop their feet. Always keep your feet moving, right? I don't think the power isn't always there. Everything else is. That's why he's a top 32 player for me in the class. That's why I thought he was going to go in round 1. So overall, I love this pick. If you had told me Ezeiruaku at 44 a week ago, I'd been like, hell yeah, but it's not very realistic. Well, it was in the end. So Ezeiruaku, look, you got needs. Don't get me wrong. I get that. Just draft the good player. It's normally a pretty good idea. So one-word reaction to the pick here for the Dallas Cowboys. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. To recap, by the way, Tyler Booker in round 1, Ezeiruaku in round 2. For comparison's sake, I had Booker 24th overall on my board. I had Ezeiruaku 28th. They were both second-round grades. It's not the spots we thought the Cowboys would address. I told you they're going to take an edge. They always take an edge at some point. But I think that the value here, it's too good to pass up. And long-term, you did need edge help. Fowler's on a 1-year deal. Nealand, I do kind of hate you have 3 second-round picks at defensive end. I will say this too. I think there is a chance that Sam Williams gets dealt. Because I think I had a higher grade on Ezeiruaku. I'm pretty sure I had a higher grade on Ezeiruaku than Sam Williams. So keep an eye on that one as a substantial trade of Sam Williams on the block. Commanders need a pass rusher. Just throwing that out there as a hypothetical, no sourcing involved. I always got to mention that these days. Possibility for the Dallas Cowboys. So it's Booker, it's Ezeiruaku in round 1, in round 2, and you need a receiver, a corner, a defensive lineman, and a back. You can't fill them all. You didn't have enough picks in the first place. Who do you want to draft next? I think running back is the spot to monitor in round 3, but maybe a receiver falls to you. Let me know in the comments section of today's show who you want the Cowboys to draft next.